Okay, guys, welcome to today's class. First, we will review of what we have done in the last 2 days of this week. So we learned how to play around with style and drops, right? And here, the first thing here, functions are the first class citizen. What does it mean? It means that you can pass the function inside a function. Function can be an argument, can be, that's it. You can pass the function inside a function. For example, you use the map method. Inside the map method, you take function as an argument, right? Yeah, and you can pass function to the children components, like using this syntax. On the left hand side here, you have the name of the props, and then you have an equal and curly braces. Inside the curly braces, you have the anonymous function. You pass this dot structured function into your component, your children component. Is that confusing? Confusing? No? Actually, you have done it many times yesterday. Okay, so today we are continue on our tic-tac-toe app with called API. There are two API we are going to use today. The first is to get. The second one is to post. Get is to get the data. That's it. To post is to make to write a new entry and send it to your API. And later today we will divide people into groups for our group project this week. Okay. And the next week we will learn about React Router, unit testing, Redux. I think we spent like 2 days on Redux, right? Yep. And then we will have practice interviews just about front end.
It's gonna actually, my bad. It's gonna be portfolio preparation. Okay, guys, portfolio preparation. Yeah, so some of us are going to be working on our previous projects and polishing them. Okay, it's the last step when you build something, right? You make it work, and then it's like there's shit everywhere. You know, there's paint everywhere, and then you got to clean it up. Throw away all the shit you don't need, clean up all the useless parts, and then we're also going to build a static website. I want you guys all to decide a domain that you want right now, www.ed.com or something like that, and then go see if you can buy it. Has anyone here ever deployed a production website? No, right? You have? Okay. So we're gonna need to buy a domain. Think of one and look for it whether or not it's available. I suggest this thing called Name Silo.
Name Silo?
Name Silo. S-I-L-O. This is the one I use. S-I-L-O.
Oh, good.
Name. Yes. So you can check any website you want. And this a free domain. It's not free, my bad. It's super fucking cheap. Like $5 for 2 years. Okay. You guys are gonna have this. It's gonna be your portfolio. Okay. So just check cheap. So just check type in any domain, you know, like Qua is best, world's best developer or something.
You can have the world's best there.
Yeah. Let's show them like we can find it. Let's see how much some domains are, okay? Like names out. Or you need that one.
Names.com is fairly cheap. You can learn it.
Just, you know, you guys should choose one now because next week we're gonna be actually putting our one website that's gonna be ours. And that's how you're gonna get a job, is by showing someone a beautiful app that like looks beautiful, has many projects, has some information about yourself. So then next week we're gonna be doing that. And go ahead and start thinking about this, okay?
Okay, too expensive.
How much?
It just depends. .coms are always gonna be the most expensive, right? The shorter the name, the more expensive.
This is a premium domain. Because this is a premium domain, you have like 5 or 6 characters inside in your domain, and it's very a hot keyword, so it's kind of expensive. Actually, there's domains like 16 millions a year.
Now, there's some domains you can buy for tens of millions of dollars, okay? Yeah. Don't try to buy hello.com, okay? Like that, you got 15 millions to throw on the domain. No, just buy a ridiculously long name. It's okay. This is simply your portfolio.
He's my brother.
So anyway, yeah, you guys, we're gonna buy one. So you guys, please pick it out. Check it out on Name Silo.
This is mine.
Show us. Just type in the domain name. DeloitteTrain.hello. Oh, yeah. Well, I already got this domain, so you can't buy this one. But you can see they're like $10 for like a year or something like that. If you do .word, it's $3 per year. Do you see that? $3 right here.
Name.com has some for like $5, $4.
So you guys think about this already, because I'm going to show you guys. We're going to do it in class. We're going to deploy a production website right in front of you guys, so you guys know how to do this. It's literally 5 minutes. Yes.
There's some websites though that you buy a domain, you have to use their service, right? So
You don't have to.
No, some of them will have the services integrated, but you know, like you don't have to. But they try. It's an add-on for people, you know, who don't know how to write code.
Right.
Okay.
Sorry, let me make this point. I had a long discussion with Coder School about this yesterday. We need to start working on our portfolios today. Okay, you guys could, for those of you who have done well in this class, you guys are almost ready to be front-end developers. You know, like you guys should be able to build all types of sites, have shit show up on the screen, have shit hide, have stuff change colors, have stuff periodically make API requests. You're almost there. Okay, and this week we're gonna finish the last piece of the front end project. Not the last piece, there's always more, but like the one main piece of thing that we haven't figured out how to do yet, which is send data on our computer to all the other computers across the internet. And that's what we're gonna see in a moment. Okay, and then when we complete this app, we're gonna produce some data within our front end application, and then we're gonna share it with all our classmates. And this is gonna be done how? API, 100% right. We're not gonna be fucking waving a wand, okay? We're gonna make an API request. And the API request is gonna be different than the one that we've done so far. So far, we've only done what types of requests? Yeah. Get requests, correct, Dung. And so one of us did a put request. Was it Yihuan? Yes, he did a put request for his Twitter. I remember that. I'm gonna update the lesson for next class. Thank you, you showed me that. So now we're gonna do the inverse, okay? We're gonna update our score to an API, and then you guys are gonna see that this score shows up all across the world.
Okay, here's some sarcasm. How do you say this word? Sarcasm?
Sarcasm.
Yeah. Just read it if you have time. And then we're gonna move on to a different language, which is Python, in just 1.5 weeks.
Does anyone have experience with Python?
Đúng.
Nice. 1, 2, 2. Nice. 3. Okay, so next week or the week after next week, we're gonna be moving on to Python World. You guys, it should not be that scary, but it's also a very sexy language. It's the world's second most popular language, behind what? JavaScript. Yes, it's JavaScript and Python. Okay, so you know, like we should know both of these. It's gonna give us a lot of opportunities.
Okay. So writing to an API is what you're gonna do like 90% of the time as if
Reading.
Oh, reading? Okay, reading. Reading is like just get, right? Most of the time you get the API, fetch the data from the API, means get. Like Reddit, Airbnb, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, like mostly consume displaying data, like they get the data from the API and show to the user. Like for example, if you go to Facebook, here's they get a bunch of shit, blah 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 blah.
So far, we've only consumed data. We've consumed it. Have we created data yet? No.
Nothing.
Right? And when we go to Facebook.com, we're consuming data. And what could we do on this page to create data? Post. Yes, we can make a post that is creating data. Also, if we send a message, that is also creating data.
Okay. And here's the methods that we can use to connect to communicate with our server: get, post, put, and patch. Like put and patch is basically similar and basically used for updating your server. Post is to make a new entry. Get to get the API, get data. That's it.
So put and patch edit the current entries versus post and change the whole new one.
What the hell is this?
So put and patch is very Listener, what do
HTTP.
you mean by that?
Yes, manage.
It means that sometimes they're used interchangeably. It depends on the API. They're almost used interchangeably.
Even though say put and patch just for updating, but you can use post to update your data.
Can you use post?
It depends on how you design your backend.
Can you use the post in the way you can use both? So like,
No, so posting is when we can create something entirely new. We tell the server, please create something new. But put and patch is when you update something that already exists. So this may not be obvious right now, but when we get into databases, you guys will see the distinction, okay? So imagine you already have an account on Facebook, you want to change your name, you want to change your age. That would be a put request. But if you want to create a new account, that's a post request. And these are conventions, right?
It's a convention.
It's a convention. You guys don't have to, like, you can honestly, with a GET request, you can also create data. But the thing is, you should not do that. It's just like, it confuses you later on. So that's why these conventions were created.
That's how people usually do. Get the data, post, make a new entry, put and patch, update the data.
it keeps you organized.
Yes. What the heck? I've never seen this.
Okay, so guys, there are many different ways to connect computers, right? So like what we've been dealing so far in class is only HTTP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Okay, this was invented during the early 1990s, and it's just a system of how we can communicate with, it's like the most widely used form of communicating between computers. That's why people call it the World Wide Web, Web 2.0, because this is arguably the easiest way to do it. Does anyone know what a TCP connection is? Anyone? What is that?
Connection with header, cookies, and body content for transmit data from server to client and from server to server.
So TCP is also used between computers that don't actually have web browsers. So like sometimes, there's just many different ones, guys. You're not expected to know all these now. Just know that like it gets more complicated and like there's just many different ways to do this. But right now let's focus on HTTP, okay? Because that's the one that everyone uses, and it's the one that if you understand that one, you will understand the other ones more easily, okay? There are many other ones. There's something called shell, right? Sometimes you're gonna SSH into your server, you're gonna fuck with it somehow, blah, blah, blah. But don't worry about that now. Just know that there's more, there's a lot more to go. It's just like that video we showed you guys, right? There's a whole big world out there. Here are some more sophisticated levels, okay? So just know right here, this is an illustration of the different ways applications can talk to each other, right? So for example, right here, a network. What goes inside here? Maybe routers, the thing up there. How does that router know how to talk to a cable modem? Okay, so there's so many different levels of like the connectivity in information technology that like some of us take for granted. It's already built for us, right? Remember how remember Ganesha and Robinson? I told you guys who come here looking for engineers. Those guys are network engineers. If you want to hook up a radio tower to a satellite, there's someone in their company that does that all day. That's all he does. He flies to Africa. He's like, all right, we need this radio tower to work. How does radio towers work? They broadcast signals all around the area. I don't know, 50 miles, however long they broadcast. All these cell phones talk to that radio tower. That radio tower is 24/7 connected to a satellite. And then when that satellite goes all the way around, it connects to another one. And then when it goes all the way around where it can no longer connect that satellite, it connects with the network, the next one. So this is what a network engineer does, kinda. Who can program a cable modem? It's okay if you don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it. But what I'm trying to tell you is that there's a big wide world of stuff we need to know how to do. But the most common one that we're gonna deal with is the one on top, okay?
So for now, let's just focus on the HTTP. We are the end user in this model. Okay. Same thing. Right? Get, read, post, write, put, update. And that's it. Okay. So we are going to move on to the practice. Try to implement the Facebook login into our tic-tac-toe app, and then we get the data from the API. After that, we send the data, we write data to our API. Okay. So here are the steps that we have to follow. Create app, we already have it. Install the React Facebook plugin, npm install, and then you can copy the code here. You want to understand it, click on this link and read the documentation. Okay. Next step. Here we did an app ID from Facebook, right? So to have this ID, we need to go to develop.facebook.com, and then we create an app. And inside the app, we have to configure something like give it our URL, our localhost. Right now we are using localhost, so we have to tell the Facebook that okay, I will connect to your server from the localhost, right? I will show you how to do it later. And after that, we have the ID. We already configured our app on Facebook website, and then we're gonna use it. This is the content of our function to call the API to fetch data. Okay, right now we are using the post method, means writing data to our API. And here is the body. What should be inside it? It's just a string. It's a query here. For example, something like this. For example, score equal to something, right? And then the score here, this here will appear on the URL here. Remember how we call the API from the movie app, the movie database? Same thing. For example, genre horror, something like this, right? Same thing. Later on, when you do the console log, you will see the what I mean, right? Genre equals something, and short, for example, short ascendant. For example, like this. Cool. After that, we get the new data from the API server, and then we show it to our end user. Okay, that's it. Here's some additional information that you can read on. This is how our backend server looks like. It's written on Node.js. Yeah, Thương understand it. Basically, you don't have to worry about it. If you have time, you can read more on this. Basically, we have two endpoints with the same URL. This get, this post. That's it. Okay, let's do it. Oops. Navigate to our React app.
You can tell me.
Yeah. npm start. Open our code editor first. Okay. Yarn star. Okay, here's our app where we left off from yesterday, right? Okay, right now we are gonna have a button like a login Facebook with Facebook page. Before that, we need to go to our develop.facebook.com, create an app. For example, here, tic-tac-toe demo. Click on create. I'm not a robot. Oh shit.
Choose carefully.
Is it the bridge?
Yes.
That's a bridge.
Definitely French.
Okay. I guess we have to wait for a couple of seconds. Come on. Come on. Reload. Actually, I already created here. Okay, go to your app, open your app here. Open settings. Basic. This name of our app, and here's our domain, like for example localhost. Actually not localhost, 3000. Open the product. Wait.
Save in bottom right. Save in bottom right.
Oh, I haven't saved it. Shit, top level domain is not allowed.
So you need to fill it out right now, man.
Yeah. Okay, save. Okay, we are gonna use Facebook login. Here.
Facebook has many sexy ass stuff they do. Account Kit, for example. Account Kit is like a free service they provide you. If you want users when they log in to get a text message and to confirm that text message, then you can use Account Kit. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you know how certain apps, they'll send you a text message and you gotta type in the text that they sent you? Yeah. To confirm the user's identity.
It's so slow.
Continue.
Ah, shit. What's it? We don't have to worry about this. Next. Next. Okay. Setting. Right here, we have to give it the callback URL. For example, right now we will have a HTTPS localhost 2000.
No, sorry, server with HTTPS.
Yeah. Why we have HTTPS instead of HTTP? Because from 2017 or 2018, Facebook requires us to have an HTTPS, a secure connection to Facebook in order to use a Facebook service. So that's why we have to run our localhost on a secure connection, secure server. Save it. At least tell me something if I have clicked it, man. How do you know if I save it? Okay. Now back to our code. Oh, wait. We have the ID here. This is our app ID. Click on it and you copy the ID. Okay, back to our tutorial. Install the library and copy this code here for Facebook login. And you also have, for example, Google login. If you follow this instruction on this article, basically tell you how to use Facebook login and Google login. But right now we just focus on the Facebook. Okay, install this. So slow, man. Copy this first and put it here. I want it to be on the top of my website. Okay. Just put it here right now, for now. You will see an error, say, well, what is this? Okay, you have to give it a function. Let's call it response from Facebook. Okay. It's a function, and now response from Facebook is not defined. We need to define our function response from Facebook. Okay, cancel out something. Okay. Now we have to stick our app ID inside our component here. Where is it? Develop Facebook tic-tac-toe demo. Copy ID here. Stick it in here. Okay, here the scope. We want to get the name, the email, and the picture of our user, right? Let's say this response. This response we will receive from Facebook server, and then we pass this as an argument to our function here. And let's console log response. Okay, tic-tac-toe demo will receive your name, your profile picture, and your email address. Accept. As you can see, we have an object, response from Facebook, open it, and here's the data. Asset token, the email. This is my email, this is my ID, Facebook ID, and here's my name. And I should see my picture, okay, here. Right. And what do we do next? We already have the data. Before that, we have to set state our data, right?
How can we render it?
Yeah.
By updating the state of the application.
Okay, let's define a state here. Const current user. Set current user. By default, it's no. Then we set state. It's an object, right? We want it to be an object, and here the user, the name. What should be our name here? Object dot name, rest dot name. Email, reps dot email. And the set state, okay. Okay, now console log it. Our current user. Cool. We have the information from our current user. Now what's next?
Show it on the screen.
Show it.
How do we show it on the screen? So we look back to UI.
Here's my UI.
No, show them Chrome. What is wrong with the screen right now, guys?
You're still saying log in again.
That is, even though it's logged.
There are many things so wrong with this.
We've logged in. Why do we still see a login button?
Yeah.
You haven't set a rule that would say if there is a user, then display something else.
Exactly. So let's start small. Let's hide that button after we log in.
Okay.
Can anyone help Kwa? What does he need to do now?
Yep.
Basically, yep.
Okay. Current user. That's it, right?
So you're saying if current users equal null, or
Now we hide it. Oh shit, how do I log out? Okay, right now you cannot log out. But where's my sorry, okay, here. Let's delete everything. Delete. Like I want to log out, but I cannot do it right now. So just delete everything. Okay, let's see. Okay, cool. Log in again. Ask me again. Nice. Okay, but before that, we don't want the user to see before logging in. We don't want the user to see the bar here. So how do we hide it?
You move that within the function.
Yeah, same thing. Put everything inside this. Right. See that? Again, the first arm is low. We are not logged in, so it's just show the button. And after it get the data from Facebook, okay, you are logged in. I will hide the button for you. I will show the bar. Okay, cool. What next?
Then you log out.
Right now you cannot log out with this. You have to go to Facebook and have you to click the log out button. Yes, that's basically it. Because Facebook trying to like store cookies in our browser to know that we are logged in with currently logged in with Facebook. So if you want to log out, you have to clear the cookies, or you go to Facebook and click log out.
So their app doesn't allow you to log out?
Right now, no.
No.
Yeah.
Can we clear the cookie?
I don't know how to do it. You have to go to. Actually, I don't know where they saw it before. I just clear everything. I think maybe this.
It's just one thing right now.
Where?
Go ahead and delete all that.
I'm not sure where they saw it.
So the reason why he's automatically being kicked over to Facebook is because we sent in a property to our component. Guess which one it is? Show me. Which property is causing us to automatically be kicked over to Facebook and asked to be authenticated? Exactly, line 47. If we comment this out, if we comment that out, you guys notice that we don't automatically get kicked over to Facebook.
But
we have to click the button this time.
it's freeze.
So the auto load feature is saying, hey, as soon as this page loads, make a request to Facebook and ask them whether or not this user has given us permission. If so, that means authenticate them. Done. You know? But if we don't have the auto load feature, then the user has to click that button. So there are pros and cons to this. Sometimes we don't want our users to have to even click the button. What's the point of even doing Facebook authentication, guys? What are the benefits?
Save time for the user.
Yeah.
Okay, saving time. What else?
Data,
What data?
names, heights,
Photos.
emails.
Exactly. That's exactly what we want. We want data from the user, and I would say the most important benefit of it is I don't need to create a new account on this myself. Let Facebook handle that shit. Let Facebook handle like that. I never ever remember my passwords for any websites. I just log in with Facebook or Google. You know, some people worry about data privacy. It doesn't bother me, man. I'm not a terrorist. You know, sometimes, you know, I go shopping online. Okay, sweet. Like, what else? Tell me something interesting. You know, like, so for me, I don't care. But there's also one more. Yeah, let's just keep going. In a little bit, we're gonna post our data to the API, and the most important part, I guess, of the Facebook login right now is that we want to attach a score with a user. Okay, we want a user to be, you know, like each score to have a user connected to it.
First, we need to get the data from the user, from the our API, to show that who's the current best player, what's the best score right now, right? Get data, go to our instruction here. We have done step 3, step 4. Now move on to step 5. We have 2 endpoints here. Actually, they are the same, but different method. Get and post. Okay, read through this. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. Okay, just get it. Cons URL here. Here's our endpoint. Do you have a game ready? No.
Let's just show all the high scores that we have right now, okay? So we're building a game. Games are not fun to play by yourselves. We need to figure out how to get the high scores of all the previous players.
Okay, we fetch from this URL, and inside that we have to give some, like, do we have to?
You just get the data now. Don't
Okay, if get report, you don't need it. Just try it. Okay. Let's console log const data equal to await response. Oh my god. JSON
await on 944.
async await.
Console log data.
Now we need to console log our data. Let's see it. Now we missed something. How does this function run every time we load a page? Yep, use effect. Before that, we have to import it first. Use effect, right? Here, use effect. Hit enter. We want it to run only once. Here. Okay, call the function. That's it. Let's see. Const report not allowed to request resource. For some reason we are not allowed. What does it mean? Go back to our documentation on the API, because I'm not the one who designed our API, so I need to read the documentation from that person. Okay, here's the instruction to how to read the API. Response equal fetch header. Copy the header. Where was it? This here is an object. Okay, the first element is our endpoint. The second one is an object. Header.
So you're saying only take these objects out? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. No, not that. Basically, the second element here is an object. Basically, you have the header, the method, the body, right? The body is like what you are sending to the API. The headers are, if you use Postman already, if you already use Postman here, you see the header. Here the header. The body, authorizations.
The second argument to fetch is an object that describes the API. It describes what you want. Do you want to make a post request, a get request, a put request? There's a whole bunch of other configurations we can make when we make API requests.
Okay, comma. Let's read more. Method, we're just trying to get, okay. Headers, okay, body. We don't need a body because we don't send anything, we're just receiving data. Okay, here, we need to write some argument to our server. There are a few different ways to submit data to our server, blah, blah, blah. The header field is how the front end let the back end knows what format to expect the data from to receive. Okay. Let's see. Oh. FTW high score. Heroku.app.com game ID. Okay.
You're not posting, you're getting, right?
Yep.
So you don't need that.
No, so I have this.
But the default configuration is always a GET request until you specify something else.
Call response awaits fetch.
I think you need to move the use effect down. Move it to below that function definition.
Why?
because sometimes it complains. Move down.
It's just calling. Same thing. Let's use Postman to.
Not to tap in the parameter with the player name and.
No, right now we just want to get the top scores. And then we're gonna draw them on the screen, and then afterwards we're gonna figure out how to get the data. To update it.
Hit the.
What is this URL? Is this just like
This is an app we built.
It's an
previous
endpoint.
app you built, which has got other people's high scores? And
Correct.
And we're just trying to pull that data back from that.
Oh, actually, we get the data here.
Hmm.
So weird. Let's see what's wrong here. Await fetch method get. Ouch. That's harsh.
Oh, is JSON true coordinate?
Do we have that? We need it?
Yeah, I think so. The body data.toString and the JSON true.
Okay, let's try. Nah. Same thing. Wait. Man, we should see more documentation on how to get it. We can get it on Postman. We can see here this is the actual data. Little my Lloyd. What the hell?
Shimmy code, this is working right here for me. We got a problem, guys. Come on, help us out here. Fetch. It works for me.
Yeah.
I'm a bit confused.
Am I blocked or something? Wait. I forgot to show you. We need to have this here to run on the secure port, secure connection. So notice this.
What does it mean?
I have HTTPS here, right? Normally you don't have the S here, but Facebook requires us to connect to their server using the secure connection. So that's why we need the S here, and in order to have that S, you have to specify it in our JSON packet.json. Whenever we run the server, okay, telling the script to start on the secure connection equal to true. Put it inside your script, and that's it. Packet.json. Normally you would.
That's good procedure, right? In general, to do that. To use HTTPS.
Because right now most of the website they are
Almost
trying.
every website.
Yeah, almost every website. Actually, you can get the certificate for that secure connection free.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you should use it. What's wrong?
I'm a bit confused.
Run into some problems here.
Is it a problem that your current URL you call from is not HTTPS?
If you pull out the body,
Let me try.
the body toString.
Okay, let me try something, guys. What I like doing, when something isn't working correctly, I just like deleting it and starting over. Okay, so we're gonna define a function, get data. It's gonna be asynchronous function, and then we're just gonna do fetch, and we gotta await that. And then what goes inside of here? Well, we can look at our documentation, and we can see that here's the URL. Oh, I think it's because this is the HTTP. Yeah.
What?
Does that work? Hold on, one sec. I wonder if I can make it HTTP. Okay, I can answer this. So now we're gonna call that API. We're gonna stick our response in a variable. Then we're gonna do a const data.
One possible error is like you cannot fetch an API from. For example, if you're running on the HTTPS, you cannot get the data from HTTP. Your browser will not allow it.
I had a similar issue the first time I used
Yep.
Netflix on the very first project.
Yes.
I deployed and had
Yep.
two different
Security rules. Okay, the problem was that we were making an HTTP request to we were running on HTTPS right here, and we're trying to make an HTTP request. There's a distinction. The S means secure, basically security problems.
So how the hell does it work? Oh, you have S here.
I have S here, and I also was running it just like you said.
Deleting the whole thing actually have see the
Okay, we get the data from. Do we get the data here?
So
Here's our results. Response from the API server. We have an array, an object. Inside that object, we have an array of the current top 10. Okay. In here, we have the key ID, grade add, game ID, and the player without a score. What the hell?
In noughts and crosses, just win a lot. How do you get a top score in noughts and crosses?
You have to define your logic there.
So like to be honest with you guys, man, like right now, like the main point is not to have a high score, okay?
Yeah.
We will want you guys to prove that you can send data on one computer to an API, so that API can distribute it to multiple computers. So let's look at this top score right here. Okay, let's think about this top score, the top scores that we currently have. Actually, let's draw them on screen. Let's draw them first. So we got some data from our API. We now need to show the user that we got it, right? What's the point of calling an API if we don't show them that data?
Another div here. Okay, top score equal to S3 top score. Remove this and we're gonna make a list. So here we have to set our data first. Okay, let's call it top score. Correct? Scores map. And here's something inside here. Set state. Before we set state, we have to define the method const top score set top score. Same thing. Use state. And here we have null at first.
Should we put null or could we put something better in there?
Put an array, an empty array.
What does that help us with, Ed?
It lets your state know that it's going to expect array entries later, like an object is coming down later.
If you put null in there, we're gonna have to do some additional work in a moment. Otherwise, our application is gonna throw an error.
We have to guide if you will use null.
What's a guide?
Guard.
Guard clause. Set top score data dot. Let's see what we need to dot items. Okay, object dot items. Items. Cool. Now we have top score. We have to map it. Okay. I say, for example, the name. Okay, player. Call it L. L dot player. Let's see. What?
Indentation.
One indentation.
Just got one too many
Oh, yeah,
layers.
close that one. Close this one. Close the parentheses. Okay. Detail. Okay. You.
That goes.
It's here.
Hmm.
Say not. Let's try. Oh, must be grab inside one. What does it mean?
Line 85 doesn't link to anything, like 86 now doesn't link to anything.
Actually, it does.
What? Yeah.
We start from here, we close it right here. Top score that map.
It's because he didn't guard. He didn't guard.
Got what?
Oh, scroll up. What's top score? What's the default value?
Probably it's an empty array.
Okay, fuck. Alright, never mind.
Tell me the error. must have one parent element. This? Okay, let's cut this. No error. Why did I have that error?
Oh, because they're siblings, right?
It's something here. Okay, question mark. Colon. It should be inside this. The whole thing?
It's inside that thing. This is
Yeah.
inside that.
It should be inside this. Okay. That's what login Facebook. Connect. Okay, we see the top score here, the name with the scores. Okay, what was the mistake there? I didn't notice this. How do you call it? Just a closing tag, right? Basically, we need to put everything that we want to render inside a parent div.
Where did you open that one? I can't see that.
65, 66. guys, what do you?
So like hidden.
Does anyone remember what that's called? It's called a fragment, a React fragment.
Okay. You have to format your code correctly.
That's what happens when you don't format your code.
Yeah.
You guys gotta format your code as you go, otherwise you run into problems like that.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, cool. Now you actually have the user now, the score. The next step, you want to render not only the name, but the score. What if you don't have a score here? Some people, they don't have it. Still okay. No, you cannot show it, so it will be empty. Empty string.
Put 0 in and the score. Can you do that?
You could guard against that. There's a bunch of different ways.
Like, showing nothing is a bit like why they even top score it. So you may as well put like.
This is a problem of data integrity. We didn't design this API well enough. We let users just put up whatever the hell they wanted. We didn't guard against it. That's why our applications will sometimes break. Okay. So in a second, we're going to show you what's going to happen. Okay. So let's go and show the score real quick.
Okay.
Let's show the score, and then I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna prove to you guys that from my computer, I can update the score. I can create a score, and it shows up on Qual's computer.
Create a score of l.score. Let's see. Player and score. Okay, cool. Log in with Facebook. Oh shit. I'm blocked. Crap. For some reason I'm blocked now. I cannot log in. Somebody else. Facebook just doesn't want me to log in for some reason. Okay. Let's just delete everything. Storage. Delete. Okay, reload the page. Log in again. Bam. This is not our problem. This Facebook problem. We cannot connect to Facebook for some reason. Let's just try to close our server and try again. Close. Open again. Yay. I don't know. Sometimes shit happen, you know. Log in. Okay. You see the score here. Oops.
Okay, guys, we're gonna prove something in just a second. Okay. I'm gonna make an API request to this API, and I'm gonna change that my top score by what? Someone give me a number. 10. Okay. So the expectation is this number. The next high score is gonna be 67 right here. Okay. See this number right here? 67. Okay. So I'm gonna I know this is kind of stupid. But whatever. We're gonna prove a point. Today we start with one piece of data, a score. Tomorrow it's gonna be a file, an image, a PDF, any type of data. Okay, we'll start small with just a score. So I'm gonna play my game. I score. I think I scored, pretty sure.
Sure.
Now we refresh on quals. I expect this to be 67.
Nice.
Right? And sorry, our previous students and myself included, we all fucked this up. This is supposed to be more realistic.
He ran into a loop here.
I ran into a loop. I did something very bad. Okay, so I posted my score 20 times in a row. And Maya accidentally posted up a number that was impossible to show, infinity. So Maya did worse than me, okay? So let's just change this one more time, okay? I'm gonna do it one more time to prove to you guys. I'm gonna do something on my computer, and that data is gonna show up on Qual's computer. Or any other computer. If any of you guys go to this website right now,
no, I don't want to log in with this. Yeah, okay.
just log in, man.
Okay, log in.
Notice how there's a 67 right there, okay? So my data, there's a server somewhere on the internet, and it's just sitting there waiting for people to make requests for it. It's like, hey, what data do you want? Hey, do you want a photo? Hey, do you want a video? Hey, do you want a top score? So we sent our data to that server. That server's holding that data. And then whenever a client comes in, the word we're looking for is client, and it requests his data, that server gives it to the server, or to the client, right? So I'm gonna do it one more time. You're gonna improve this to you guys. So someone give me, what's that number right there? Oh, fuck.
Oops. Block. What's the number?
What's that number? How much do we want to change this number by, guys? The 67. I want to add a 6 over here, okay? Let's add a 6 right here. I want to start off with, instead of 15, we start off with 16. So I'm going to do some black magic on my computer, aka write code. Now you guys will see that when Qual refreshes his page, the first number is 16. That is a critical thing to understand. This number became a 16 how? From something I did on this computer. I could walk out of this room right now, fly to America, do some more, and Qual will still have to have access to that data. And this is how the internet works. When Chloe posts a photo on Facebook, whenever someone else goes to her Facebook, they see that photo she posted on her machine. Okay, so this is the inverse of what we started doing, and we're starting to do this right now because for the next 6 weeks, we're going to be learning how to build our APIs, and our APIs are going to be responsible for holding that data, serving it, etc. Do you have any questions?
Okay.
Han, you have any questions?
I will look at it.
So that's what we did for today. Is there anything? Okay, we got a little bit more.
Before we finish our class, we need to define a function to post the score. Right? Pause it. Copy it. Make a new one. Say post score. Okay. Now we need the second element here, which is an object. Inside it here we have a method. Post, and what else? Contain, header. Header is an object. Go to our documentation here. Basically, where the guy who designed our API will tell us, okay, you have to put in something here to verify what the data you are sending, what they are receiving. So we need to.
Where do we find a list of parameters for that?
Here, this one.
Yeah.
Basically, there are something in the API server. There are many things similarities like content type, authorization, something you can find here.
Okay.
Inside here, you have a lot of things here. Authorization. This is also one of the headers. Here's the basic thing. Content type. Here's a common thing here.
Yeah, can we look at content type and see
here.
why it's what we need to use?
The value here is like just the URL and code, something magical. If you go to MDN fetch data, okay, here you see this common thing. Header, basically most of the time you see header content type application JSON or something like this. You can try everything, and you can have redirect, which I don't know what this is. Basically, you need a header, the method, and the body when you send data. Okay. What do we have? Header, we don't have anything. Just copy this, put it here. That's it. And the body, something blah blah blah. Okay, right now the body is data.toString. It's not a JSON. It's just a query. How do you get a query from here? What does it mean? Just copy it and then you will see. Okay, put it here, comment this, and we actually comment on this line. Console log data. You need a button to call the function. Say on click function. Okay, let's see. Okay, we have here. Click on here. See the console log. URL params. What's that? Nothing. Okay, we need to dot data. What? What do we see? Nothing.
You type off.
Type of data. An object.
Just know that when you guys use the keyword new, that's a JavaScript class.
Here you go.
Well, not class, my bad.
Why we didn't see anything before? Now we see it.
Prototype. It's a prototype.
Okay.
It's kind of like a class.
Open it. Open it. We have a bunch of method here. Append, delete entry for each get. Which basically we also have toString here. Okay, let's see what we see in toString. .toString. We will see a query, a parameter, a bunch of params here. Where is it coming from? From here. Let's say I change to Qua for short. Oh, I have to click it. Player equal to Qua, score equal to Qua. And where should you usually see like this text? Yes, on the URL param. Like this. Okay. So you have two ways of sending requests, using the params or using the JSON file. Okay. Right now we are sending params. Instead of calling like this, same thing. So we send a param here, like this. Yeah. Data dot toString, comma, right?
Copy and paste my high score and test it.
Where high score?
But
Okay. Copy this, and we put it here. player is Kwa, and the highest score is. It's not the highest score, man. It's the lowest one.
We decided that it's gonna be those. We decided in this game we go negative. That's how we win the game. Go negative, okay?
Yes. Equal to response. This is a response we receive from the server. Correct. Then console log. Correct. Click. Okay.
Success. So what do we expect to see if we refresh this page? What should be different on this UI if we refresh the page and that API request went through?
New score.
Okay, what's the most important thing about this new score?
It's got a different name to it at least, like
This should be one different name here. Whose name should it be?
Kwa in capitals.
Okay, so let's test to see whether or not this bad boy works. And do we see that do we have our expectation? Fucking nice. Nice.
But not enough.
And so obviously there's always gonna be more. I think the expectation is if it should automatically refresh this list. As soon as you post a score, it should automatically update the list, and the user should not have to refresh the page. So can someone help us do that? How can we do that?
You got to update our state. No?
Kinda, but what's the easiest way to do this?
Call the top source and the API at the end of this result after we put.
Exactly. Call the API again. Call the motherfucker again. Right there on line, right below this. Just call it again. That's all you gotta do. So I expect if he clicks that button, the API request will go through. We'll update the API, and then afterwards we're gonna make an API request again, and we're gonna see 2 quas this time. So we click it, and do we see that behavior? Okay, so yeah.
That's it. Any questions? I know the guy who built this API sucks.
If you guys are mad at the API,
you shouldn't let the user to enter like score like this, right? You have to something like validations.
We just figure it out. That doesn't matter.
So the original instructions just said that we said how quickly we beat it, right? So then like how quickly did we win the game? So the top score was always going to be like 1 or 2 seconds. How quickly can you win the game? So I was just like, I said, you know what, man, let's just send any score. The main takeaway from today is that you guys can,
Something into it.
you guys are going to be able to create your own data and send it to an API, and that API will eventually send that data to other people. Okay? You go to facebook.com, upload photos. That that photo is now shared to the world. Don't do that. Come on, you're gonna break it. Don't do that.
Just once.
But you already got mine up there in Infinity.
Just one. Oh really? Mine is infinity?
Hers is Infinity. That's why it's up there. Yeah.
Let's see.
So now we're gonna see Qual with a fucking score that's impossible to show. Because you cannot display Infinity. Great.
Why didn't we just use player, like, so here player Kwa? He's logged in with Facebook.
Exactly. That's like,
Why didn't we take his name?
he's just trying to show you how to. So how could we get Qual right? How could we have this thing right here be dynamic? Someone. What can we look at to figure out how we don't hard code that? Because right now, how our app is currently built, every single player that posts their score, their name will always be Qua. Okay? So how can we fix this? Right here. Yes. Current user dot name. So the expectation now is that if we do this correctly, we should see Qua Dan. I forgot it was Anqua, Anta, whatever your Facebook name is. Anqua. Nice. So not only the user didn't enter their personal information, right? We just got it from Facebook. We also kind of like proved how valuable we were. Generally speaking, when you have Facebook login on your website, people trust you a little bit more. Because Facebook does have a level of, like they expect you, a developer to do this and that. If you do not follow these rules, they will not let you have Facebook login. So Facebook login gives you a bit of credibility within users. Okay? It also means that users don't need to type in their name. Also easy, because like this, your user, you guys gotta understand your users, right? All they gotta do is open up a new tab and start typing, and they can just leave your website for forever. Okay, so we need to build the website as easy to use as possible for our users because they have YouTube, Facebook, Pornhub, Reddit. They can go to a million other websites. Okay, so we're trying to make the website easy for them to use and get them engaged and keep them here. So we gotta make our website sexy for them. Do you have any questions, guys? That's our exercise today, okay? We're gonna log in with Facebook, we're gonna post our score, and when we post our score, guys, please just copy one of these numbers and make your number a little bit bigger, okay, or a little bit smaller. And then make sure you put this name in here dynamically, just like Ed said. We don't wanna hard code the name here. We want to use it, we wanna get it from their Facebook login, okay? Any more questions? Any questions? Come on. Anyone? Okay. No. All right, let's do it, guys.